Hi Gemini, it is February 2015, time to hear your monthly forecast. So we're still in a Mercury retrograde and this is your ruling planet, which means your biggest asset you don't have right now. It is pausing. It is making you think. It is making you look at your past and it's making you see what you need to make some really serious career goals happen for you. Because we have a lot of energy right now this month in your 10th house. And so, as well as your 9th house. 9th and 10th house is a big emphasis for you this month. But Mercury retrograde is saying, because you guys like to talk. I mean, I have a Gemini rising, so we love to talk, but we don't stop and listen very often. And so Mercury makes us pause for about 3 weeks. And for you, you are thinking about your career in the world. You're thinking about, what do I need to do to create success, my hopes, my dreams, my wishes in my career? Does it mean I got to move to make that happen? Does it mean that I can build from here a solid foundation? But we can't communicate about any of that yet. We're thinking. Our mind is busy because, Geminis, they're always busy thinking, but we're used to communicating it as soon as we think about it, and we don't get to do that right now. It is all about introspection in these areas. And this is going to happen until about the 12th. And then after the 12th, our little communication planet just kicks in and it does its thing. And that's why it's really hard for me. I've been putting off making these videos because I know that I'm gonna mess up and say something stupid because my communication planet isn't there for me right now. So don't talk about a lot of what's going on internally because this is an internal process. Mercury is having you be selfish with your internal process right now and is saying you're so used to communicating and absorbing and talking to people about everything, but this is about a conversation with yourself, an honest conversation where you look back at your past, you think about your goals, your dreams, career-wise. I mean, are you in a place that you can express your authentic self? If not, why are you not there? What's holding you back? Who's holding you back? So after the 12th, it goes direct and we can start talking about all this stuff that came to light because we got a lot to talk about. I mean, we always have a lot to talk about, but anytime we've got to pause for a long time, we've got to talk. After that, we've got to sit down with what was revealed to us and talk to the people who was revealed from our past. So your sun is going to be in your 9th house, and this is just about what is possible. Because you spent a long time reflecting, now there's all these possibilities, and are any of these possibilities going to be able to present a payoff in the end? And so communication is probably going to start to be something that you want to do. You need to talk about things. A lot was brought forward to you, and you just need to talk about it with the people that the possibilities from your past that you see, and you're going to be like, it's going to be almost an instinct for you to do this, and do it. Do it. Now you're not one for committing to anything, so this is just a communication period after the 12th. It's not about making plans, it's about thinking about your whole goal in the area of your 9th and 10th house. And then you're going to start to want to manifest this because after the 18th, we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius, and the Aquarius new moon is at 29 degrees. And so the reason I say this is because it's either 29 degrees or it's 0 degrees Pisces. And so we're at the edge of taking it and making the actuality of our life a fantasy and a reality. So we're at that point where maybe something was revealed to us that, hey, I'm in this career, but maybe I shouldn't be, because really this is what I've wanted to do my whole life. And so Aquarius brought that forward with the Aquarius retrograde. And mind you, Aquarius is very comparable to Mercury. We communicate well. These two planets get along well. So there's been a lot of enlightenment in your life, Gemini. And you've got to figure out now how to manifest it from this thought up here into reality. And that's going to be something you're going to do this month. So my thought is this isn't going to be something that what was brought to your life through the Mercury retrograde is a little bit out of your comfort zone. Because you're all about, living in the moment, living in the now, and communicating about everything, and da-da-da-da. But you did a lot of introspection, and so spirituality might be a good way for you to route all of this, all these confusing subjects that were brought forward. And, and you're going to want to seek something bigger than you to tell you kind of what to do with all of this. And so spirituality is going to be a focus with this new moon. You might decide that maybe you're going to be looking at astrologers and thinking, can they help guide me? Maybe your mind is open to that where it wasn't before. Maybe it's open to religion. Maybe something happened and you just remembered a point in your life where religion used to really be something that made you secure and you lost it a little bit. So you're going to want to maybe talk to people that open your mind up to spirituality. You're going to seek subjects that maybe spirituality is going to be something that will fascinate you, and you're going to want to talk about it. So just know that that happens after the 18th. So you're going to talk a lot about the reality of your life, and then you're going to get kind of metaphysical with yourself, and you're going to be like, there's more out there than I can possibly understand, because you had a quiet period, and now you know that. Now, Venus and Mars after the 19th are kind of going into, again, your 10th house. And I told you that the 10th house is a big focus this month. And so they're going to want to make, Venus is just a big planet that just wants us to feel good and highlights beauty. So it's a good time to make changes. It's a good time to upgrade your appearance. It's a good time to, start that online persona, and you're going to do good if you start kind of right then, because it's going to have the planet of Venus there and Mars enacting this. So if you want to just put yourself out there and you want to look good and you want to communicate well, that after the 19th is the good time to do this. After the 20th and the 21st, this area is going to have Venus, and it's going to have Mars, and it's going to have Uranus. And just know that at the beginning of the month, we had Jupiter, whatever it touches, it expands. So we had a lot open up to us in our social status, thoughts about being our networks, how we communicate with others, because we get to communicate, come after the 12th. And so a lot of doors opened up in our friendships and in our relationships. And so then you've got Venus and Mars at the end of the month saying, okay, you've got this big new spectrum of people and this whole new thought process. And we've opened up some of your hopes and wishes, and we've even made you a little metaphysical. Let's kick it up a notch. And let's see what your friendships have to offer you. Let's see what your relationships have to offer you. Let's expand that and see if you can't learn something and if you can't excel from the networking that you have in your life. So, Gemini, it's a wonderful month. It's an optimistic month. We're not heavily aspected. We've got a lot of big planets that are actually wanting to accentuate us in a positive way, Uranus and Jupiter. We have a great new moon. We have a great, exciting Leo moon. And, Geminis and Leos are like bread and butter. So, that's going to be a good aspect for you after our quiet period, Mercury retrograde, and getting out of our heads. Because, gosh, it's not good when we go in our heads too long.